TelecomTV, where ICT connects.
Hello and welcome to TelecomTV. My name is Martyn Warwick and I'm reporting from an Etsy meeting being held in Silicon Valley in California in the United States. And I'm talking with Sergio Catanzariti from Orange, where he is the Director of Network Architecture. Sergio, welcome. To begin with, there's a lot of noise here. We are very much backstage at this event in the green room. It's fairly constrained, it's fairly warm, and there's noise coming from all sides as they build things and take things down and people speak and so on. We're going to try and get through this at one go, and we will if we can, but we may have to stop and come back later, who knows. But let's try from the start now. We're here at this fourth Etsy meeting of the ISG, that's the Industry Standardization Group, on NFV. Quite a mouthful. We know that NFV has been around for a while, sort of under wraps, or under the wire as it were, but now it's well known, there's a lot of hype around it. The ISG is new as well, it's only been around for about 9 months, but in that time it's become very important to the future of NFV. What do you think has been achieved in that short time?
It has been a short journey, but it looks long. I remember when we started, was in the Orange office in San Francisco looking at the Bay Bridge. We nailed the groundwork of what it would has been becoming the Etsy NFV. I think in almost over a year, we achieved a pretty good documents that shows the effort and the engagement of each major industry player, the architectural, the requirements, the use cases, and especially the proof of concept. And terminology too, because it helps understanding each other. I think if you really think about those 5 documents has been really astonishing in a short span of time, demonstrating how strongly engaged and how important it is for the industry, this virtualization to the network level.
Why is the work of the ISG so important for the industry in general for sure, but for service providers in particular?
Because notoriously, the latest innovation has been driven by OTT players and vendors. It's about time for us, for telco, to just regain the spot that we notoriously have in the history of telecommunication and try to drive this initiative. I think it is important to understand that in telco, the business model is really a complicated one. We own infrastructure. Running an infrastructure in a cost-effective way has been very, very important, but not only for us, for the entire community. Bits and bytes drives over the airwaves and fibers and copper wire that we own. So I think basically a business model transformation, we know already the cost impact the virtualization has. We are looking for new revenue. This is what I think is the next step. How do we monetize the network as a service?
What kind of an impact do you think NFV will have on service providers' business models? And when do you think the hype around NFV will die down a bit and become reality?
Yes, that's an interesting question. The business model, I already a bit span around cost and revenue. I think you can see already some pragmatic impact. Each major telco has an NFV strategy in place, not only from an innovation plane, but also for trials, lab project, and as well for procurement. So we are engaging all major vendors and startups to have an NFV strategy and a product line. I think this is a really tangible effect of how we are driving and how the industry is taking shape. What do we need? We need vendors and startups to work tightly close with us and try to start to deploy operational project that could really lead to demonstrate what is NFV all about.
And what about the hype?
The hype, you know that the hype curve, we all know, so I have a bit of white hair to remember each hype we had in the last 20 years. Hypes are necessary. Without hype, there doesn't come adoption. But let's remember, telco are responsible for the bits and bytes that run and drive the digital economy. So we cannot really push a technology without understanding the implication on the community, on us, and on our customers.
What do you think are the biggest challenges facing service providers when it comes to the adoption of NFV? And second to that, how do you think those problems can be overcome?
And this is an interesting question. Is interesting because, see, virtualizing IT is one thing, and we all know. Virtualizing the network infrastructure is another thing. Challenge is very simple. In network, we don't innovate without thinking about the QE, the quality of experience. So reliability, availability, performance, throughput, especially when we move and virtualize the data path, are really, I think, the next challenge that we need to sort it out in order for telco to truly adopt that. So you think about today we are virtualizing pretty much the control plane, but when we move to the data path, when we have optical speeds and the gigi speeds, really we need a lot of improvement, especially for the throughput and the performance.
Sergio Catanzariti, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
TelecomTV, where ICT connects.